Hello and welcome to the Rise Centre in Amsterdam. It's Saturday the 10th of September and you're watching IBC TV News. In today's programme, face-to-face with Facebook. Should broadcasters be friends with the social network? Big screens go centre stage as we tour IBC's Future Zone. And 1 million hours of tape to go up in smoke in the world's biggest archive project. It could be the toughest challenge broadcasters have ever faced. As televisions sprout internet connections, can they hang on to their viewers? And are the social networks friend or foe? These are the big questions being asked at IBC this year, as John Willits reports.
Facebook may be a relative newcomer to IBC, but this year the company came with a powerful message. In yesterday's keynote speech, Facebook's Vice President and Managing Director for Europe, the Middle East and Africa told delegates that far from being a rival, the website offers new opportunities for broadcasters to increase brand awareness and reach new audiences. Germany's Big Brother, the latest example of how Facebook and broadcasters are now working together, with viewers using the website to vote.
It seems a little bit daunting, even for marketers to get your heads around this entire new medium and how to interact with it. But what you're seeing here and what we can share with you is just how powerful this can be and how we can really help grow your business and connect you more with this incredible movement that's happening with people sharing their lives and interacting with each other on Facebook.
And people aren't just sharing their lives when things are going well. Content posted on social networks was used by broadcasters last month during the English riots and during the Arab Spring uprising.
There's also unrest in the Midlands. 20 people have been arrested in Wolverhampton, and there have been incidents in West Bromwich as well, and Birmingham.
Social media had a number of roles in the riots in England. Obviously, from our point of view, it was a very valuable way of tracking material, following journalists on the scene who were tweeting, for example, from the scene of some of the unrest.
It gives the opportunity to get news from all sorts of places that previously we wouldn't necessarily get it. You can track down interviewees, you can get information. It also has given us new platforms to distribute news.
So, with so many platforms now playing a key role, can the key players work together as the social media revolution continues? Yahoo thinks so.
I think we'll all be very interconnected. I think the walls come down in many ways as people are able to share content across the various networks, and I think the consumer experience will benefit as a result.
Rich Riley from Yahoo. Well, after that conference session, we spoke to Joanna Shields, and she seemed anxious to stress that she wants Facebook to work alongside mainstream broadcasters and not be seen as competition.
I think, when people see us as a threat, it's more about misunderstanding. I think today I was very happy to be able to explain to so many people how we partner. Many of the benefits that we offer to the broadcasters and to the content creators and various other things are, free. You don't even actually need to interact with us to use our APIs and to bring the Facebook audience into your experience. But then also what I was able to explain today is that we can help you target various consumer groups or people that might be interested in your products or your content by working with our advertising teams to find those audiences. So there's many things you can do to bring people and put them at the center of your experiences that you don't pay for. But then if you really want to catalyze that and find as many interested parties as possible, then you can work with our advertising teams to do that.
Now a look at today's conference programme, and first up there's a session on going green. The new Sky Television studios in London are said to be the industry's most sustainable development to date. How was that achieved? That's a free session, and it starts at 8 o'clock in the Emerald Room. Across in the forum, it's back to IBC's hot topic this year, conventional TV versus mobile delivery platforms. The day's keynote looks at how the various players are fighting for viewers' attention. What'll be the default screen in the living room, and who'll be top of the EPG? That's at 9:30. Stereo 3D graphics are under debate at the moment. Where should they be placed to give the best viewing experience? And there are many issues here, and they're the subject of the morning session in room E102. That's at 11:30. Moving to the afternoon, and still on the 3D theme, the emphasis shifts from what's technically possible to what will make money. The business case for 3D TV is far from established. Until consumer demand is proven, broadcasters are understandably reluctant to commit. You can find out more at 2 o'clock in room E102. And at 4 in the Emerald Room, will traditional broadcasting survive? Soon, all TVs will have an internet connection. So, how can mainstream broadcasters ensure their brands remain relevant? Now, no one doubts that cloud computing is the way of the future. So how long will it be before local servers are consigned to the past? Connection speed is an issue, but security is just as important. Will broadcasters trust their precious content to the ether? Gillian Kelly has been finding out.
High-end TV for a large audience, the UK version of the award-winning business entertainment series. It's a lavish production, and the producers say they're not yet willing to risk storing all their media in a separate server.
We're looking at it, but logistically and financially, I don't know if it's possible. We're tapeless in the fact that we now record to data, but we do have optical discs, so at the end of each tape, we have a disc that we can take back and hand to our facilities house, and they can digitise it in, and it's all. And at the end of it, I still have that disc, so I haven't lost any footage, which keeps the rest of the production team very happy.
It worries me greatly, so I need to make sure that if I license a programme to a given broadcaster, it is only to that person that that programme is given.
These concerns have been raised by broadcasters across the world at this year's conference. Leading providers of cloud services were quick to reassure them, especially on those security issues.
It's always going to be their data, always, always, always. If we are just a storage solution, it's still your belongings when you put them into big yellow storage, but they're not in your house. Now, as much as you might want them in, if you don't have the space for them, they'll have to go into big yellow storage. It's still your data that you can share with whoever you want.
Broadcasters are also being advised to only put their trust in reputable companies who can guarantee the safe storage of expensive footage. They're being told to get a service level agreement and then pose some tough questions to the server provider.
Really challenge us to be able to articulate, actually, how do we manage our cloud? How do we manage our applications? How do we manage that delivery of service to you? Is it there in the service level agreement? Are the processes there? Is there any actual teeth to the service level agreement?
So it's a long time before the industry has its head in the clouds. Production houses and broadcasters around the world are seeking important assurances before the next big leap forward.
You're watching IBC TV News. In a moment, we'll be looking at some of the extraordinary technology in the show's new Future Zone. But first, our daily roundup of the latest business stories.
New products and new orders, that's what we associate with the start of IBC. So here are some of the major announcements from exhibitors. ATG Broadcast is installing a huge 1,000 user newsroom at the South African Broadcasting Corporation. It'll be the 5th largest ENPS newsroom in the world. The system will manage content for all SABC's television and radio news operations. Harris has released details of sales across Europe. Swiss public service broadcaster SSR SRG and German broadcaster BR have bought Nexio AMP servers. UK channel Bid Shopping has bought a content workflow system. And MediaTek Broadcast of Sweden is to install a Harris Selenio media convergence platform.
We had about 14% overall growth, which we think outpaces our market and represented taking some share across the world. And then we had 22% growth outside of North America, which is an area where we made specific investments to try to grow abroad and really seeing a return on those investments start to come to pass.
Adobe Systems has bought digital color grading and enhancement tools from Iridas. They'll be incorporated in the company's top-selling creative suite of software. Chunghwa Telecom of Taiwan has chosen Ericsson to build a huge new IPTV platform. It will deliver interactive multimedia services to more than 900,000 subscribers. Pixel Power has officially launched Channel Master. It's a fully integrated playout system with channel branding and promo graphics.
Channel Master works with the major automation systems and incorporates our industry-leading graphics engine and automated promo and template filling. One of the other things that differentiates Channel Master from other integrated playout solutions is its support for live environments.
Well, those are some of today's main business stories. If your company is making an announcement, why don't you tell us about it? You'll find us in the production village in Hall 11. We'll do our best to get your story on the show.
Now, whatever your business, it's unlikely that you'll get the chance to visit every hall. So each day we'll be taking a close-up look at a particular part of the show. We start with the Future Zone, which is a new feature here at IBC. Natasha Sai has been zoned in.
It just doesn't get more cutting edge than this. The Future Zone, IBC's Centre of the Technology of Tomorrow, developed in leading research labs across the globe. It's here that Japan's NHK is showcasing the world's first 85-inch Super HD LCD TV. And if that's not quite big enough for you, they're working on an eye-popping 150-inch screen, which they'll be bringing along to the Future Zone next year. And 2012 is very much NHK's focus. Its technology is the key to enjoying the London Olympics in Super HD.
We brought new production equipment such as video switchers and slow motion equipment. We're using this equipment as well as the camera and recorders. Now we can do live coverage of big sports events.
If sound is your thing, then NICT's 3D surround system is a must here. Not only has it multi-speakers firing in every direction, NICT used over 40 microphones to record the music. So when it's played, it feels like the sound is washing over you. And if you want a multi-sensory experience, it's essential that you check out this interaction system also created by NICT. As I discovered, it combines 3D visuals with sound, touch and even smell.
It really feels incredibly real. And when you press the pen into the balloon, you can actually see the shadow of the balloon change. So real.
It's a lot of fun, but it also has valuable practical applications.
We can use this for scientific and cultural education. That's one example. Another example is a surgical training. So doctors can, young doctors can train it with this. And also we can use this for net shopping in the future. So you don't have to go to the store to touch the product. You can touch it at home.
This is literally one of the most eye-catching exhibits. South Korean researchers ETRI have developed an interactive viewpoint system, which is controlled through gaze tracking. The viewer chooses the camera angles to watch from, without even so much as clicking a button.
This system can also apply to diverse different types of electronic devices, such as PCs. You can actually control the cursor movement with your gaze tracking.
The results of years of R&D on display, proving that the impossible is being made possible. The Future Zone is new this year, and it's a must-see for anyone visiting IBC. You'll find it in Hall number 8.
With most major broadcasters well on the way to achieving a tapeless environment, one of the biggest issues to be resolved is what to do with existing archive. Many solutions are offered here at IBC. Spain's RTVE has already made the important decisions. It's currently digitizing almost 1 million hours of content. Graham Bowd has been to Madrid to see their workflow.
The comedy may look dated, but the show is part of Spain's cultural heritage. Now its future is secure. State broadcaster RTVE is converting its entire archive to file, 800,000 programs spanning 55 years of television. Formats range from ancient 2-inch tape to HD cam. There's also the biggest film collection in the Spanish-speaking world. This canister contains historic footage of bullfighting. Whatever the long-term future of the sport, a record will be preserved. One major decision was the choice of storage media. Disc-based servers were considered, but in the end they opted for LTO tape. Cost was a factor, but also future-proofing.
Tener el archivo digitalizado sobre cintas LTO.
The LTO technology will allow us to move with time, because in the future, when new versions of LTO tapes with bigger capacity become available, it will be easy to automatically transfer the content to the new tapes.
The project is being managed by Telefonica with input from many suppliers. Despite the huge volume of material, digitizing cannot be automated. All transfers are in real time and all are monitored, though operators do manage 4 streams at once. Some of the work is outsourced. The logistics are daunting.
We are moving monthly about 12,000 tapes from one side, from Spain to other side. It's really complex. When I started this project, my boss told me, you will have to face here a challenge that you have never seen before, and that has proved really true.
RTVE has an extensive news archive. The system will enable pictures like these of Spain's royal family in the 1970s to be quickly accessed. And with backup at 3 sites in Madrid and Barcelona, the precious content should be safe from fire or natural disaster. Much of the original film will be preserved in fresh containers. Properly stored, it may someday be possible to scan it at a higher quality. But analogue tape will be destroyed. Besides being less durable than film, a more pressing issue is looming. Within a few years, there may be no machines to play it.
Well, the main software for that project is supplied by Tedial. The company says most large archiving schemes are being driven by sales. And once tapes are digitized, customers are finding content they never knew existed.
In the old days, people were actually broadcasting maybe 1 or 2 terrestrial channels, but nowadays, with the multi-channel satellite platforms, viewers are really expecting to see niche programs which are related to specific content that by themselves is not economically viable to broadcast in a main terrestrial main channel. But through the internet or satellite and even to tablet and mobile devices, this is becoming viable. So that's why a broadcaster can then repurpose, even sell this content to specific production companies or channels that can capitalize in these niche markets.
Well, if you were here yesterday, I hope you had a chance to attend the IBC party. It's a popular feature of the show with good food and good music, and it's a very good reason to get here on the opening day. Now, if you're looking for something to do tonight, I can tell you that there's a special showing of Transformers: Dark Side of the Moon on the big screen. It starts at 6:30 and it's free. And also free are IBC's exhibition business briefings. These can help you understand all the things on show in Connected World. Sessions start today and run until Monday. Well, that's all for now. We'll be here again from 7 AM tomorrow. Do join us.
The weather in Amsterdam this morning, there'll be outbreaks of rain that give way to sunny spells and highs of 27. Before it turns cloudy later in the afternoon, but the temperature will hold steady. By the evening, the rain will be back. The temperature will drop to 15 degrees. And the outlook: Sunday will be cloudy with heavy showers. Monday and Tuesday will be unsettled with occasional rain.